Welcome back to Brooklyn football fans. Today, we're talking about how Jurgen Klopp said F-U-F-A. We're talking transfer deadline day, all of our hopes and dream scenarios that will never come true. And is Inter Milan the new retirement team? Why do they keep taking all of our washed-up Premier League stars? Yeah, I'm talking you, Alexis Sanchez. Let's get to the stoop. Welcome back, everybody. We're back on the stoop. This week, I wanted to say that we have a special sponsor, and it is not Schmunkin' Schmonuts. No, today we're kicking a shout out to Güeros, or if you're Hispanic, it's pronounced Güeros. But Güeros Tacos, they're down on 4th Avenue and 12th Street. I'd like to kick another special shout out to my favorite Twitter account. It's Simpsons Arsenal, at Simpsons Arsenal. If you don't know it, go see it. If you love Arsenal, you'll love it. If you hate Arsenal, you'll love it. He's got a great sense of humor. Well, it's transfer deadline day, and if you're watching this, transfer deadline day has already passed. I want to talk, so we can talk about this guy's going here, this guy's. I don't care about that. What I want to know is, if you were the manager of your team, Wolves, City, Arsenal, and you could have any player in the world, but you had to get rid of one of your players, starting 11-ish, starting 13, you know. Who would you get rid of, and who would you bring in?
I know who I'd bring in, but I don't know who I'd get rid of.
Okay, let me help you. Who are you bringing in?
So, I think he's a little underrated, but I'm a big fan. I'd want to bring in Dean from Everton.
Dean?
Digny.
Oh, Dean.
I'm the one that screws these names
I
up.
know. I have no idea how you ever pronounce his name. Dean, Digny, Dignay.
We'll call him Digby.
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 I'm a big fan of him.
He's a center back.
Defender.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a like for like.
I mean, it's probably very controversial. I might get rid of one of my Silvers.
That's a little cheating. That's a little. You wouldn't get rid of Bernardo Silva.
No.
You'd get rid of David Silva, but that's because he's going to retire. Okay.
Yeah.
There were no stipulations against that.
I'd get rid of one of my Silvers, probably David, like you say, and I've got a lot of faith in our friend Digby.
What about you, pal?
All right, much like Nisha here, I do not know who I would get rid of. But there's two that I fell in love with during the World Cup. One is Lukaku. Lukaku. Did I say it correctly?
It depends. Is that a first name and a last name?
Well, it's oh shit.
Because I believe he's talking about Romelu Lukaku.
That's what I'm. Okay, I quit.
I didn't even know.
I quit.
Who is
That's
he
it.
talking about?
Lukaku. I don't fucking know.
Lukaku.
I genuinely thought there was a player in some league somewhere in the world called Lukaku, and I was like, I don't know this player.
This guy's getting good.
That's what I thought. I was like, wow, he's done some research here.
I'm not even saying.
You heard it here first.
He
the
plays
next top
cricket.
player.
He's Belgian, and he plays for Inter.
We'll
Okay.
keep you.
So you're bringing in this massive Belgian striker,
Yes.
Luke.
Luke.
And so who are you going to get rid of your Mexican?
I have no idea who I would get rid of. No idea. We've already spoken of that.
Well, you got to pick one.
I can't.
I don't know what.
I think
started thinking about
Lukaku would blend in well with Leicester. He's got that single-minded, I'm not a team, I'm gonna drive this forward attitude. So.
Or Tottenham even.
So you want Leicester to get better?
I just.
No, we're talking about the future success
Yes.
of Luke. Cuckoo. He's
Stop!
of Mr.
You're killing
Cuckoo.
me. You're killing
no,
me.
I think he would do well. Less that it's Tottenham, but more because it's Mourinho. Mourinho likes to have a
standout guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9. Okay. For Arsenal. I'm gonna go back I don't know, 3 or 4 seasons
Okay.
where this somewhat unknown guy playing for Southampton. Oh, he's going to be free. He's up for transfer. Oh, Arsenal might get him. Oh no, now Liverpool wants him. And he goes to Liverpool. And about 2 seasons later, he's voted best footballer in the world, Virgil van Dijk.
Oh.
Arsenal had a chance to get Virgil van Dijk. And I remember going, who's this Virgil guy? Who's this Virgil guy? And then I saw a picture of him and I was like, I did not picture Virgil looking like that. Virgil van Dijk at that, not to get this massive dude. He was great with Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
I think Southampton would have been relegated many times over without him.
Uh-huh.
He got better with Liverpool, but I think he could have come over. He probably wouldn't have been the best in the world because they have help, but he could have anchored our defense, created something, and now 3 years later, we might have been a different team. So yeah, I'm going to take him now. I'll take him
That's
now.
what I'm qualifying. Do you want Van Dijk of now? Do you want Van Dijk,
Of
the
course,
greatest
yeah,
player in
yeah.
the world, or
I
do you
want
want
him
the
now.
Van Dijk from Southampton?
I'll take either one. I'll take Van Dijk in
Whatever
high school.
you can get.
Yeah. Send
Okay.
it back to, what are they,
But who's
primary
out?
school.
You got to chuck someone.
Everyone.
Fair enough.
It's
I
just
think
a
that's-
one-man team.
I think that would work.
No, I've got lots of people
That you're
I can
willing.
give you. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think if I was going to say direct switch, Mustafi.
Can you give them anybody whose name you can't pronounce?
What names? Oh, Aubameyang is probably the most different one, but I'm also a Dortmund fan for my Bundesliga,
Okay.
so I was a fan of him before, and I remember going, Obama? Yeah, Obama. I'll go with Obama. Yeah, let's go, Obama. Yang. Yang.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking, if in the elections, Andrew Yang decides he's not going to run for president, he'll be vice president,
And then
he's
they
going to bring
bring
Obama
Obama back.
then it'll be Aubameyang, and then I'll
That's
have
the
to buy the
ticket?
kit. Yeah, Aubameyang number 9, or number 20.
We can dream.
And I just want to cut out all of this nonsense about Aubameyang going to Barcelona. Not going to happen. Don't think so. They can have Richarlison. And Everton turned them down for that. Yeah.
No one's taken. But I said this 2 weeks ago. You asked me who I saw coming up. I think he has a lot of hope, and they know that. They know he's going to continue to grow as he's done so far this season, and they're not selling him cheap.
Yeah, and this summer he's going to start for Brazil.
Yeah.
I really wanted to talk about Jurgen Klopp and the FA Cup. I think he was so pissed off.
He's rubbed
That-
some people up the wrong way.
He's so pissed off that they lost to Shrewsbury that he's like, fine, I won't be there, I'm leaving. I complained because the Liverpool didn't play like Liverpool, but the Shrewsburys played like Shrewsbury, just like Billy Bonker said.
So, interesting fact, there is so much conflict over whether it's Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury. You'd say Shrewsbury. What were you going to say?
Well, the Shrewsburys taste like Shrewsburys.
Shrewsburys taste like Shrewsburys.
See, I've always said Shrewsbury.
And what's a shrew?
Who knows?
The past tense of a shrew.
I don't know. So they drew with the shrews. So they drew Shrewsbury. Now I don't even know what they're called. With Liverpool. Liverpool, oh my God. It was just funny to see at the end of the game when he was like, oh my God, we're losing. Throw Salah at them. Throw, who else do we have? We didn't bring anybody.
I feel like he rested a lot of people, though, so they obviously
Doesn't
weren't.
care. This
well-
is not his focus.
Did you see the highlights?
I did.
It
I
was-
did.
It looked like it was at like a high school football pitch, like a
It's-
high school stadium.
It's not a huge,
It's a
place.
tiny- yeah,
It's not
tiny,
really.
tiny.
I didn't really know what to call it. It's not a big
Yeah.
place.
And the one time when they're like, let's check VAR, and there's this dude over there going,
What?
he's good. He's got his iPhone. He's like, he's good.
Thanks, Jimmy
He's
Farr.
offside.
Jimmy Farr over there. Everyone,
Jimmy
let's
Farr.
give him a hand.
Looks like he's good. We measured.
Yeah,
it was funny.
they weren't happy, were they? And now there's going to be that replay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm with Jurgen Klopp on like, no, like we've got bigger fish to fry this year. We should have won. We didn't. So it's on us. If we lose the,
This is something to blame.
it's their own fault. He believes that the under 23s are capable of winning. Otherwise, he would not.
But are they? Because the main team didn't win. The main team only drew.
They were up 2-0, and then some ridiculous things
They
happened.
got lazy.
And if there was VAR, they probably would have won.
I get where Klopp's coming from with his, we're going to stick to our break, this was decided, we got issued this in March last year, whatever his status is, he made a statement, didn't he? I didn't read it in full.
We have it. Here, show the statement.
It's not as simple as you think it is. It's not a disrespect to the FA Cup. It's not a disrespect to the Premier League. It's just full respect to the players and the coaching staff and to the break. We've been asked to respect the break, so we're respecting the break. Yeah, yes. I can't just call Sadio Mane. He's on vacation. He scheduled a vacation, and he's on the vacation. He's in Kentucky. I can't call Bobby Firmino. No, he's on vacation too. He's with Sadio Mane. They're doing a tour of the I don't know what's in Kentucky.
So he obviously made this statement.
Yeah.
They made the statement, and he's decided he's going to stick to it. I don't think so much it's the issue that he's planning on playing his under 23s. There is potential there, like we've said with other teams like Chelsea and Newcastle. We feel that some of these younger generations do have potential in their ranks. I just think he's not the one playing. Why can't he coach them? Like, fine, send your under 23s, but you're that figurehead for the team at the moment. Why don't you at least go with them?
Is it a case that he doesn't know the under 20, the 23 and unders? Like
He
there
can't
is
coach them
there is
differently?
another. You know, they have their own coach, right?
Yeah.
They do.
So
Critchley, I think
so
is
you know,
Yeah.
if that's the case, you know, what sort of direction could they? I mean,
You don't think he should just be
I don't-
there,
that-
even if
that's
he's
my,
not coaching?
Yeah, that's my logic.
no, I
don't
think he
to
needs a
coach.
break.
I think he needs a break
He
too.
needs a break.
But there's something to be said about the kids will perform better
If he's there.
dad is at the
That's
pitch.
what I'm saying. It's not that he
If
needs
mom's
to coach
there
them.
going, you guys are doing
Oh,
so good.
Dad's
whatever, this
there,
is
and
every
we gotta
week.
show Dad how good we are
Exactly.
Because
we-
Dad will give you
because
millions
we
of
wanna
dollars.
be
And
on
promote you to
the
the
we want to
senior
be
team.
promoted. Sure, sure.
And listen, if everyone's saying, look how good Klopp is, look how good Pep is,
Yep.
look how much they change a team and how important they are. Yes, they're not running. They're not physically running their bodies out, but their brains. Why doesn't he deserve a break?
So here's my thought. He deserves a break, but he knows when that match is going to be. There's a window there of 11 to 16 days. I can't remember what, each team is different, but in general, minimum 11 days I think they're getting. Why can't he just turn up that day, show a little support, be there as a figurehead, enthuse the boys on a little, job done. Plan your holiday around the other days.
You have to respect the break.
Well,
Okay,
right.
so you have to respect the break, but does Klopp respect the FA Cup?
Apparently not.
Should he?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Why
it's
is the Premier
120
League-
some odd years old.
Why is the Premier League more important to him?
So are
Money,
Always the money.
money.
Because it's been 30 years since they've won anything, since they've won the Premier League. Like, the Premier League and the Champions League matter. Where I think the biggest issue is they're already out of the Carabao Cup,
Yep.
the League Cup, because of something very similar, where they went to the
Yeah.
Club World Cup, they won that, but then they put out a side that was like a bunch of
That
kids.
wasn't gonna
He was
work,
there
yeah.
for that, and they still lost. Now, the thing is, if they go and they field a side of 20-year-olds without Klopp there and they lose, there's no treble. There's no chance for a treble. If they want to repeat and win the Champions League and they win the league, he's going to feel like shit that he didn't put a little bit more effort into the FA Cup to win. You mean to tell me they can't win the FA Cup? Like,
No.
City?
No.
Who's still in it? Like, I don't even know.
Shrewsbury.
I mean, they can't beat Shrewsbury, but
I can't remember. I think Chelsea are still in, aren't they?
yeah,
Chelsea
Chelsea's
is
in,
Chelsea's
Arsenal's
still
in.
in.
But like
United's
in a final, any one of those teams versus a full Liverpool squad, like, are you
Okay,
mean to tell me any one of our teams can beat them?
Yeah, we've seen
When
that
it-
Liverpool are smashing all those teams anyway.
On just
this
Premier
year.
League games.
Yeah,
But if it's a final of,
they'll bring everything.
come on, like,
But they have to get to that final. That's the thing.
yeah. So I don't know. I started out hardcore. I don't know. Anisha might be winning me over here.
I do.
Jurgen.
Don't get me wrong. He deserves a holiday. I like that he has principles. He's sticking to what he believes in. He's a great guy, great teeth, great glasses, but
So did he just say what he said in anger from drawing the match, and now he has to stick with it, or do you think he
No, I
already
think he
knew?
believes
He
it.
already knew that if we drew, this is what was going to
Yeah.
happen. Because he was a little hot when he said
I
all
think
that.
Well,
I think he was rightly angry, but I think he really believes it because these coaches, they play these games not just like one day at a time, right? They think so far ahead. There's a whole game theory and a strategy to this. But I think it was a combination of him sticking to what he believes and then being fired on by his heat from the game.
Agreed. I think maybe it's time for just to have the FA Cup kind of recognize what the Premier League does and change their structure a little bit. You know, in the semifinals and the finals, you play to draw, you play your overtime, you play your penalty kicks, game is over. I think the same thing has to happen in the earlier rounds.
Reformatting
It's
it.
just say, you know what, we don't, you played to a tie, it goes to the overtime, it goes to the penalty kicks, instead of this, well, we're going to finish this off next week. We're going to finish this off in 3 weeks, whenever it is.
But then what will they watch on television if they don't keep replaying games?
I don't know. You're sitting here telling me that you need to respect the FA Cup. It's 180,000 years
But
old.
redo the rules.
Let's just change all the rules.
I didn't
I
say change
agree.
all the rules.
I agree
I say change some of the format because you already do it. You already allow for the game to continue into overtime and penalty kicks in the semifinals and the finals. Why are we only allowing it for there? Same thing that we mentioned about VAR being in FA Cup, but only being it for Premier League teams.
It's all or nothing.
You
But
know,
the thing is that
It's all or
the FA
nothing.
Cup and the Premier League are different, so it's not a case of all or nothing. They're different regulating bodies, different rules, different formats. So they are doing all or nothing within their organisations. But I think what needs to happen is no one needs to change their rules. People have their rules, people have their histories. You just need to communicate a bit more.
Well, that's what the FA Cup is saying. That they said
Yeah.
that they did communicate. They said, hey, there's a possibility. Round 4, if you tie, if you draw, like, you may need to do a replay
But
during
so,
that
like,
week.
the FA Cup now can't reprimand Klopp for this status. I think they've issued something sort of saying we think this is a bad idea, kind of thing. But they've not really said this. Don't do this.
They have no power.
The Premier League, on the other hand, instead of sort of joining in and supporting the other leagues, have just buried their head under the sand and been like,
I know. Yeah, it seems like it's more the FA Cup officials that are squawking
Yeah.
more, being a little loud with
Well,
it.
because their
Rightfully
game
so,
is
because
being
they have the most.
disrespected.
They have the most to lose. I mean,
Yeah.
they have if Liverpool holds everybody back, is that a worthy game to watch?
but does that then
and
set
there's
a
TV
precedent for
revenue.
the other teams?
Absolutely.
So if Liverpool hold their best team back, what's not to say that
But
the other
look-
teams are going to go, oh, well, we're not going to field our ones
All
either.
the teams already do that. They already do it. They just don't explicitly say, none of my team is going to be there. It's usually like half.
Yes.
It's all the players who don't get any time, and then it's some younger kids.
Yeah,
and,
give them a chance to shine.
and it's their chance to break out. The coach, the manager is always there. That's the disrespect of like,
I stand by what I'm saying. I think I don't care that he's fielding a younger team, but I think he needs to go with them.
yeah, I don't know. I think you might have might have swayed me a bit. I was very adamant about him not going. I would just like to imagine that there's Firmino and Mane and Salah and
Booked out
Van
resort
Dijk,
somewhere.
yeah, Andy Robertson in like short shorts trying to get some Scottish tan, and then
Klopp
Klopp
showing up, and they're
Klopp
all like,
in a
"Why are
turtleneck."
you here? Aren't you supposed? Don't you have a
Hey
game?"
mate, we got a match. He's like, it's fine, I'm staying. We got a family. And they're like all on a cruise ship or something.
More schnapps, please.
They're all on a cruise ship and Pep Guardiola blows it up.
Strategy.
That should be, he should be more concerned about that. Jurgen Klopp needs to be more concerned that his entire first team does not go on vacation together.
So-
like separate the family. So if there's an accident, like if
They
there's
do
an
this,
accident
they do
on
this with the
holiday-
royal family. So
Yeah.
like the Queen, Charles and William cannot all fly on one plane at the same
Yeah.
time because it will, like, if something happens to the plane, that line of succession,
Yeah.
it should be the same with the Premier League teams.
Yeah.
Protect your assets.
City is in the final of the League Cup
They are on aggregate.
on
On
aggregate.
aggregate,
on aggregate.
which is what counts.
That means you've lost twice this year to United. You know that, right?
If it,
Playing
if
your-
it continues this way, I'll have to move myself a little closer to home, and instead of supporting Man City, I'm going to have to start supporting Oldham Athletic because, you know, that's the level I'm feeling right now.
You guys got a shot. It's only Aston Villa.
We'll
Only.
They beat Leicester, so
see. True.
yeah,
Anything can happen.
anything can happen.
Although we've won for the last couple of years, so we kind of, I
Yeah.
feel like we need to keep that going.
Oh, yeah. I want to talk quickly about Inter Milan.
Yes.
You'll love this. Lukaku is over at Inter Milan, but also Alexis Sanchez, Christian Eriksen,
Hmm.
Ashley Young, Victor Moses,
The ghost of Pele.
the ghost of Pele.
It's a lot of big names from back when.
It's like they're trying to be an MLS squad over
They
here, playing the
really are.
retirement league.
They are. Why?
Is that a thing?
I
The
don't-
retirement league?
Yeah,
That's
it's
what the
called
MLS is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why you get your Beckhams with the LA Galaxy, your Wayne Rooney's in DC.
Ibrahimovic. Poor Pedro retired to Miami.
Yeah, yeah.
Tough.
Tough.
They come
road,
over
yeah.
here to just extend the career for a few
and
years.
sell jerseys, and they make tons of money. And
Sure.
I think we need to talk about this transfer of Baladevi to Rangers.
yeah, first professional Indian in
yeah,
general, right?
first professional Indian female football player.
Ah, gotcha.
I believe there was a player for Newcastle fairly recently. But female player, she came over from Bangalore with some link up that they have. She's just signed for Rangers. To me, that's a big, big
It
deal.
is a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
There is so little Indian representation within the sport of football. And for it to come not just at the men's level, but the women's level,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
so
big leap.
empowering to me. And that's a big deal for her as well. So I
Sure.
feel like
Sure.
props where they're due.
And quite
No.
inspiring to the young women of India.
Bend it like Beckham all over again, my
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
I remember that film.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the big question is she a Protestant?
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm gonna say probably not. Are they okay with that?
I mean, if she scores the goals, do they care?
As long as she's not Catholic.
I think that's the main factor.
Yeah.
You can be what you want, just don't be Catholic, and you can play for us.
You can be what you want as long as you're not Catholic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Score us some goals, don't be Catholic, and we'll welcome you with open arms.
be whatever color you want. This is racism. All right, and that's our show for the week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Anisha. Thank you, everybody.
You got my name right.
We'll see you next week.